everyone and welcome back. So today we are going to continue on here in Final Fantasy XVI. One second. Sorry about that. The wolf pup decided he wanted to join in the room. Join me in the room. Which I don't mind. If he stays quiet.
Torgal, what is it?
Nothing good, I'll wager. Come on.
Probably a good thing that I didn't fast travel. Everything's on fire. Oh shit.
What happened here?
Imperials. You'll pay for this.
Ah, we've got a live one.
What are you doing here? Answer me! You know what to do. Get him, boy! You know what to do. Remember our orders? No survivors!
Who would order such a thing?
Don't let them get away! Sick of you,
Bandit, you were born as a slave, and you'll die.
You know what to do, boy. There, boy. You know what to do, boy. Give them all you've got, boy. You know what to do, boy.
Kill all the ducal dogs.
You got dogs. They were innocent people. Don't let them get away.
Alright, come on.
Get him, boy. Give them all you've got, boy. Someone heal me, damn it. Sick of Torgal. Get him, boy.
Put them all to the sword. There
Over
or
here.
no.
Torgal. Don't let them get away. Give them all you've got, boy. You know what to do, boy. Get up. It's over.
Oh shit.
All must burn! The bearers and those who sheltered them. By Empress Annabella's command!
My mother ordered this. Why?
Clive,
I know. You can wait. Sick of Torgal. Too slow. There, boy. Sick of Torgal. You know what to do. Sick of Torgal. You know what to do. Sick of Torgal. Keep your distance, boy. Get up. Give them all you got. There, boy. You know what to do. There, boy.
Alright. Shit.
Not this time. Get him, boy. Keep your distance, boy.
Shit.
Taking you. Give them all you've got, boy. Sick of Torgal. Get him, boy. You know what to do, boy.
Alright. That went well. But all of the people. Lady Hannah.
sorry, Lady Hannah.
Oh shit. Ducal loyalists, those who maintain allegiance to the late Archduke Elwin and work for the revival of the fallen Duchy of Rosaria. After Rosaria was incorporated into the Empire, most swore loyalty to their new vicereine, the Empress Annabella, even more converting after they saw how those who refused to change their allegiances were persecuted. This persecution was only grow, culminating in the burning of Eastpool by Imperial troops on the pretext that their reluctance to surrender Rosalith's bearers to the Constable proved their disloyalty to the Holy Throne. The term had different meaning in the time before Imperial occupation. Rosaria was founded by the union of several small independent nations, each led by its own noble house. These houses remained powerful even after unification, sometimes leading to friction between the loyalists who argued for the Archduke's ultimate authority and the separatists who pushed for a return to autonomy. Since her marriage, she resided in the Murdoch Manor in Eastpool, remaining there even after her husband's death at Eastgate. Alas, her time was also to be cut short at the hands of the villainous servants of Empress Annabella. Former Duchess of Rosaria, now Empress of the Holy Empire of Sambrick. It was ever her purpose in life to preserve her phoenix-bearing bloodline, for which reason she betrayed her husband, that she might enter in league with the force she judged the mightier. Now she rules over Rosaria as vicereine of the imperial province, which she rules with a cruelty and contempt for the base born that was unknown in Archduke Elwin's day.
You deserved so much better. All of these people did.
Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that.
And my mother.
We're too late. Gav. Clive.
Acting on the orders of the Duchess, eh?
Okay, Gab. His faithful scout, the other agreeable fellow, volunteered to follow after the dominant that Clive had long been hunting, only to find himself being hunted in turn by the Imperials. As luck would have it, Clive arrived in the nick of time to save his life, forging an unbreakable bond between them.
We knew Eastpool was harbouring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here, but someone must have let slip. If they'd have only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen. Fuck!
My mother always did despise bearers. The way Father embraced them when the other nations spat on them as slaves. The way an accident of birth gave them a power that others lacked.
But why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
This world judges that a crime punishable by death. Which is why we're going to change it. Gav, we want to help.
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
We do. But it can wait.
In that case, we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
All right.
And we'd best be quick. Last I heard, he was planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Aye. Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
Of course. We'll make sure they get a proper burial.
Thank you. All of you.
When you're ready, then.
Poor people.
Now, rats, lead me to your nest.
Oh, great.
Lord Kupka has a message for your leader. If only he knew where to send it.
Right, let's get to the hideaway. Righting wrongs.
To Sid Solar, then. We have a lot to discuss.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Don't mind me. Just taking a quick...
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true. Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
So, atonement then, is it?
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, this plan of mine might just work.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
The best kind. We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital
Oh, gods.
and pay a visit to Mother.
Earlier. The Holy Empire of Sembric, nation occupying the northern reaches of the continent of Storm. with the great city of Oriflame as its capital. Political power in the empire technically resides with the 5 cardinals, but even they are bound to the whims of the Holy Emperor in those manners of state in which he takes interest. In the year 860, at Emperor Sylvester's behest, the cardinals agreed upon a plan to liberate Rosaria from the marauding forces of the Iron Kingdom, after which the duchy had little choice but to bend the knee and become an imperial province. Council of Elders. The capital of the Holy Empire of Sambric, located in northeastern Storm on a peninsula that dominates Olifist Bay and is home to the mother crystal known as Drake's Head. All the Empire's major institutions are located here, including White Worm Castle, seat of the Holy Emperor, and meeting place of the Cardinals.
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we will be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then. The black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land the Empire requires, we need but look south.
Sylvester Lesage. Sorry. Let's do the Council of Elders first. Advisors to the Holy Emperor are the highest body of government in the Empire. The council consists of 5 cardinals of the Georgian Church, who are intended to rule in the Emperor's stead. The Emperor, meanwhile, is expected to serve as a constitutional monarch, but there is little to prevent one who wishes to impose their will upon the council from playing a more autocratic role. Emperor of the Holy Empire of Sambric, who won his throne at least partly by virtue of his son Dion, having awakened as the dominant of Bahamut.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight.
Okay, so it is Oriflamme.
If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men. Sanbrek is naught without her citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
That is exactly what I mean. It is time we expanded our dominion. This is the will of great Grieger.
There will be uproar. Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry. But how much will that cost?
And what of our legions? Shall we raise the furs?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you.
Okay. Sembrook is the realm's latest theocracy and home of the Mother Crystal Drake's head. The Empire is ruled by the Holy Emperor, the one true goddess made flesh, according to the Gregorian faith, who is served unquestioningly by the sworn knights of the Blessed Dragon, known more commonly as the Dragoons. Crystalline Dominion, a tiny independent state straddling the continents of Storm and Ash. Its capital, Twinside, is built on the tiny Isles of Ark, from which its mother crystal, Drake's Tail, rises. The lack of a dominant has seen the Dominion become the subject of constant maneuvering over the years, both political and military, and it was only through the recent convening of a Council of All Nations that a non-aggression treaty towards the neutral body was forged, and a tenuous stability amongst centuries-old rivals achieved. Now, the Gregorian Church. The state religion of the Holy Empire of Sembrook, whose followers worship the goddess Gregor, however that's pronounced, as the one true deity. At the church's head stands the Holy Emperor, voted into office by his fellow cardinals, supposedly their equal, though this is widely recognized to be a convenient fiction. The followers of Gregor worship dragons, the sacred servants of their goddess, and since the founding days of the Empire, have both doted and depended upon them.
You all have much to do. Where is my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Arthur. If it please you.
Okay. The Strait of Arthur, the narrow channel to the north of the crystalline Dominion that separates the continents of Storm and Ash, with Sembrook to the west, Waloed to the east, and the Dominion to the south. Its shores are never short of soldiers or political tension. In the Battle of Melanis Tor, which we've seen a part of in the, I think it was the previous video? Yeah, I think it was the previous video. The Battle of Melanis Tor was a conflict fought between the Holy Empire Sembrook and the Kingdom of Waloed in the year 873, having lost vital territory to Sembrook's forces 8 years earlier. In the Battle of the Twin Rivers, the Waloeders launched an assault on the Eponymous Peak. looking to regain a foothold in the Imperial lands on the opposite side of the Strait of Otha. Both sides fielded their icons, and in the ensuing showdown between Odin and Bahamut, an entire Sambric legion was lost, and the Waluders regained their outpost on Storm. Now his son, firstborn son and loyal subject of Emperor Sylvester, ruler of the Holy Empire of Sambric, as well as leader of the Empire's most elite fighting force, the Dragoons. Theon is also the dominant of Bahamut, Warden of Light, and has oft been called upon to summon his icon in defense of his countrymen. Most recently in the year of the Rome 873, when Odin took to the field against them in the Battle of Belenus Tor.
I can send word requesting his immediate return to the Holy Capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the mother crystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today. We've all seen it firsthand. Empty wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer, until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals we look to for their so-called blessing. All right, listen. Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
That's easy. They're mined from the mother crystals.
They're one and the same. Although admittedly, this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the mother crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind? Well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
The higher-ups? The gods themselves?
So now you...
Alright, the mother crystals. Enormous glassy mountains, 5 of which tower over the lands of Elisthea. They are the source of all the crystals that the people of the Twins rely on in their everyday lives. Not only that, but the lands surrounding them are rich with aether, making the magics the crystals cast even more potent. For these reasons, great nations have sprung up around each mother crystal and have long warred with each other for possession of their blessings. Aether. The life force of the land and the source of all magic. The amount of aether a spell consumes depends on its strength, with those manifesting more potent forces over a wider area coming at a larger cost. Larger crystals can channel more aether than smaller ones, thus can be used to cast more powerful magics. One might use a small, rationed shard to grill a fish, but would require a large, municipal crystal to fire a blacksmith's forge. Leader of the Hideaway and dominant of Rama, Warden of Thunder, in his quest to create a war where bearers in dominance can die on their own terms, he unearthed a shocking truth that the mother crystals were the cause of the all-consuming blight. He makes plans to see the mothers fall, that Valisthea and her people might be saved. I actually kind of like his plan, but there are issues with it as well, which I'm pretty sure Clive and Jill are gonna try and
To do something about the crystals.
get through to his head.
What? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of
Sorry
defeats
about
the
the
purpose.
starting with a pause.
So,
Low Wolf
if we
Club going
have to
back
bring
in.
the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one. What say you? Are you with me?
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
What have I got myself into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for this.
The bunks.
Don't mind me. Just taking a quick...
It's all gone. The letter. No, no, no.
You've lost a letter. Nothing too important, I hope.
Not just a letter. I lost everything. There's a hole in my damn pack, and fool that I am, I didn't bloody notice.
It can't be that bad, surely.
How could it be any worse? I'm a courier. I carry things. If I can't do my job right, then what am I good for? Nothing, that's what. I buggered it right up. That means no herbs for the infirmary, and no fresh meat for our cooking pots. Worst of all, that letter I lost, it was for Sid. A letter he's been waiting on for days.
Maybe if you retrace your steps.
I'd scour Storm from coast to coast if I could, but there are curse breakers in the field, counting on my arrival. No, I'll just have to own up to Otto and Sid. They're gonna skin me alive.
Fine. Tell me where to look.
Are you serious? Thank you.
It sounds like the Hideaway could use those supplies. So, where should I start?
Gotan's bales, perhaps? I took a tumble in the bushes when I was passing through. There's a chance my pack might have caught on something. If you can find everything I dropped, you'll be doing us all a favor. And if you can find Sid's letter, you'll be saving my life.
If it's there, I'll find it.
Wonderful. Now, I have to run if I'm to make my next delivery in time. I trust you can find your way to Gotan's bales. Oh, and hurry, will you? Sid doesn't like to be kept waiting.
I forgot a question mark at the end of that. At the end of will you?
Long out in the elements. I should make for Sambrek as soon as I can.
Okay.
The courier said his pack might have split while he was passing through the bales. I better keep my eyes open. Good. Looks like I'm in the right area. More of the lost supplies. I doubt he could have fit much more in his pack. Still no sign of Sid's letter, though. We've come this far. Might as well ask around.
A little overdressed to be picking grapes, aren't you? Are you here for Master Quentin?
I'm looking for a letter someone dropped nearby, and I suppose you've seen it.
Can't say I have, sorry.
Well, if you do...
Wait, I did pass a dog with something in its mouth a little while back. Could have been a piece of paper. No idea if it was your letter, but you never know.
Which way did it go?
Towards Lostwing? Seemed well looked after to me. Dare say someone there's been feeding it.
To the village, then. Thank you.
It's looking to be a fine harvest.
Back, are ya? Did Master Quentin or something? The shad's all salted and smoked.
A whole day on the line and they're still not dry.
It seems we have our culprit. Sorry, boy. Someone's waiting for this. He's waited long enough already. Hopefully this will keep our courier out of trouble.
Alright, let's travel on back.
He's never this late.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Maybe I should just own up. There you are. I just got back to the hideaway and thankfully Otto hasn't seen me yet. I don't suppose you,
Found the things you dropped. I did.
I was so sure they'd be gone. And the letter?
Only a little worse for wear.
No more skulking about in the shadows for me, then. And all thanks to you. Losing those supplies was one thing, but if Sid had found out about that letter...
Is it about Cursebreaker business?
If only. It's from his daughter. She's off studying in Canver, and her letters are all that keeps Sid sane while she's away.
You never mentioned a daughter.
Well, he's a busy man. And thanks to you, he won't be wasting his time smiting careless couriers with levin boats. So I'd say you did us both a service. Here, for your troubles. If there's anything you're wanting from Sid, today's the day. He'll be sweet as honey once he gets his hands on this.
So... Sid's got a kid. Though the people of Alestia rely on the Mother Crystal mine from these mountains, not Mother Crystal, but Crystal, mine from these mountains in their everyday lives, and flock to the aether-rich lands of them in pursuit of their blessing. Sid posits that it is in fact the Mother Crystals and their ability to draw aether from the earth that is the reason for the Deadlands' advance. The few who learn the truth are hunted down by those in positions of power, those whose power rests on the control of this crucial resource. Heron, one of Sid's most trusted allies, a merchant who calls the hideaway her home, with a little help from her hard-working yet long-suffering apprentice goats. She can source whatever supplies the residents of the hideaway need, provided they are willing to pay. She wears a glass eye in her right socket. I will go to her in a bit.
He's never this late. Where are you, Randall?
Is everything all right?
Forgive me, young man. I was in a world of my own. I'm worried about my friend, you see. He left some time ago and hasn't returned. And you know what it's like out there for a bearer on his own.
Why leave the safety of the hideaway?
For coin. Sad though it is, our need outweighs the risk. The hideaway can't survive on goodwill alone. And though Karen does what she can, her coffers aren't bottomless. Wait, you were a soldier, were you not? In the Imperial Army?
I was.
Then I ask a favour of you. I'm too old to be traipsing hither and yon. Will you go and find him for me?
I'll do what I can.
Oh, thank you.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Randall, and I suspect you'll find him in Lostwing. He's been working for Quinton, the tavern keeper. He'll know something, I'm sure.
I'll speak to him.
Safe travels, my friend. And thank you again.
Okay. Let's go to Lost Wing. And let's go see Quick.
But how did the grocer know his
if it isn't Sid's young protege. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm looking for a bearer called Randall. I hear he's been coming to you for work. He was expected back at the hideaway some time ago. A friend of his asked me to check on him.
Randall, you say? The porter? Yes, I know him. And I can't say I'm surprised if he has been delayed. I gave him enough to do. Though, thinking about it, he should probably have been back by now.
I'll go and look for him. Where was he headed?
He was to meet an associate of mine to the south of here, on Lorbert's Pass. I do hope nothing's happened to him. Be sure to let me know, Clive.
Can I have another cup, Daddy?
Sun's setting fast.
Right. So he's still here in Lost Wing area. Let's hope Randall hasn't run in any trouble. There he is.
You all right?
The hanged man. Thank the gods. You're one of us. We were attacked. Beastmen on the road. Randall knew he didn't play the hero, but the sod insisted on drawing him off.
Where did this happen?
Further down the road. In the clearing. Please. You have to see that he's safe.
I'll do what I can. You go back to Lost Wing and tell Quentin what happened.
Alright.
Goblins. Why am I not surprised?
Get him, boy!
There we go. Whew. He's dead.
Sorry, Randall. Looks like I was too late. He doesn't deserve to rot by the roadside. I'll speak to Quentin.
But how did the grocer know his daughter?
Ah, there you are. My man told me what happened. And? I can't help but notice you're alone. Damn it. I feared as much.
He's not far from the South Gate. I trust you'll do right by him.
Of course. I'll send someone right away. I knew he was brave, though I didn't know he was reckless. Poor fool.
And you known him long?
A while. I liked the fact that he didn't shy away from dangerous work, and he liked what I paid.
Because it helped keep the hideaway afloat.
I'll tell Sid what happened here. I expect he'll be none too pleased to learn of Randall's fate. And I suppose you're none too happy either. For your trouble.
Alright. Get back to the hideaway.
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you off to this time?
Oriflamme.
The Holy Capital. And what business would you lot have in... On second thoughts, I don't want to know. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Oh, I'm paying you.
You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Speaking of Oriflamme, I hear the trading routes leading south have seen more than double the usual traffic. If you ask me, summat foul's brewing, and it ain't tire's borbile tea. Just go and see Otto, will you?
All right.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Okay. Put it there.
Didn't sound happy.
Gouge and wicked wheel. Will o' the Wicks and ignition. Ignition.
What do you suppose it could be? Clive, was it?
Take a seat, Clive. So you're really going through with it? Sid's been talking about bringing down a mother crystal since I've known him. But that's all it's ever been. Talk.
He's convinced it's the right thing to do. We'll be leaving for the capital shortly.
Well, you couldn't have picked a better moment. Seems the hiding the Royalists gave him wasn't enough to dampen old Sylvester's spirits. His legions are on the march again. This time, due south.
Another war.
All as the great Grieger wills it. Bloodthirsty little miss, that one. That's God's for you, innit? Still, might work to our advantage on this occasion. Wars breed chaos. On the front lines, and at home. With a fair wind behind them, a handful of like-minded ne'er-do-wells could melt into the back alleys of Oriflamme. No trouble. It's making it to the capital that's the problem.
Okay. We have no new information.
That's right. Anyone travelling in or out of Oriflamme has to go through Northreach. Lucky for you, I might just know of a way.
This?
Well, no, not that. That gets you an audience with the Dame. And it's the Dame who'll see you safely through Northreach. I'll send the Stolas in the morning. Let her know you're coming. We go way back. And she's a true friend of the cause. I'm sure you'll get on like a house on fire.
That's good of you, but who is this Dame, and where will I find her?
She's the proud proprietress of Northreach's foremost house of ill repute, the Vale. And she's quite a woman, if you know what I mean.
A woman? Right.
Don't go blinding her with your charm now, lad. I'll be expecting a full report when you get back.
Alliant reports are now available for viewing by speaking to Gao at the Alliance report counter in the Hideaway's mess. These reports compiled by the Cursebreakers contain information on quests currently available across Valisthea.
I suppose that's everything. Now to find Gav.
Yes, finding Gav, but I want
Make it quick. So, what'd it be?
To reinforce.
You can thank me later.
Flame tongue.
No scratches, all right? Should last you a good while. That it? Fine.
Okay.
Clive, was it?
Oh, that sword's looking neat.
Well, 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 someone's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Funny, I never took you for the type.
Can't all be as obedient as you, Gaff.
Eh?
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
Is this all of us?
Actually, Gav won't be coming.
Just the three of us, then?
Drake's Head is the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates. The fewer our numbers, the better our chances of going unnoticed. And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
Sid, I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come and go as he pleases.
Ordinarily, priming an icon comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
Not to mention what he sucked out of Garuda. And did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cut us a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Let's try not to find out.
We're less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northreach in a few days. You two behave now.
Alright. We head for Lost Wing.
So, we're meeting in Northreach. And will I find Sid and Jill before this dame finds me?
But how did the grocer know his daughter had been stealing?
Am I even going the right way?
Master Quentin will never forgive me if I don't save that crop.
The hell? Where?
Is it safe to ride to Northridge now?
Alright.
There. Northreach.
The Dame. An ally of Sid's who makes her home in Northreach. It was she who informed the Hideaway of the redeployment of the Sand legions following the chastening of Willud and Store, and it is she who will secure Clive's passage through the Northreach checkpoint.
Sick of Torgal. Get him, boy.
Whoa! Okay. Was not expecting that.
The soldiers used to speak of a brothel. But that was north of the checkpoint. I hope the Dame has friends in the south.
What did you say was in these pies again?
Okay, Northreach. A town which doubles as a defensive gateway to Sandbreek's holy capital of Oriflamme. It was originally a purely military outpost, a towering bastion constructed to prevent land-based assaults, the capital from the southwest. To this day, a heavily guarded checkpoint ensures that nothing can pass through the wall without prior authorization, and as such, the need to linger here prior to entering has led to the rise of a thriving market and various other commercial enterprises on the wall's southern side. The garrison, however, along with the inns and brothels most of the soldiers frequent, as well as the residences of the nobles who may have reached their home, remain on the northern side.
Oh, and a chine of roast antelope.
Well, how about a plum for the apple of your eye?
You there! Fancy a drop of the Empire's finest?
The fruit's not getting any fresher.
I simply can't decide.
You won't find carpets like this in the...
A moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt you could afford even that much of my time. Branded.
My mistake.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you. The flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Sid ever did anyway. Do you think you could please me, Clive?
You're the dame.
Let us leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred clientele. You can call me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you. I can trust you, can't I?
You can trust me, yes, but... why would you...
Help you? Because that's what we do. Long ago, Sid did me a kindness when no one else would. I have never forgotten that. Without it, I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible. Which brings us here. To the final obstacle between you and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital. I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested, unless...
Unless...
Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely. But I shall expect a favor in return.
Wait, what?
whatever favor she may want? I'm ready to find out.
You say these are all from Dalmatia?
Are you gonna buy something or not?
What the hell are you doing?
Tut tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience from my branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are. But it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand has done naught but take. But today, it is going to give you exactly what you want. Just play along.
Okay. Isabel, proprietress of the Vale, Northreach's foremost house of ill repute, and one of Sid's trusted collaborators. Isabel is much admired by the populace for her elegance and refinement, qualities that have earned her the title the Dame.
Madame, back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
Why, my new escort. The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
Oi, hold up. Another fucking branded. Oh, you're lucky you're with the Dame. Now get out of my sight, filth.
That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have an arrangement, as do you and I. Now, if you'd care to follow me, we can speak more at the Vale.
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
Well then, I suppose
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be necessary. Clive, my darling, welcome to the Vale.
Oh. Yeah, I don't.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? And I told you, it's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder. It's certainly not Sid's influence.
You, mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do? I don't want to keep my companions waiting.
If you mean Sid and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes, Otto asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question, I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I've begun to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. Though I can't say I'm any good at it.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this. Proof of that trust. and hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face of yours. Now, I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon. If you find anything, ask for me there.
Oh boy.
I should probably start here.
You wear the dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
She's still missing then. Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared.
The day before, she was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see, Tatienne was an orphan, and she looked upon the dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But perhaps someone else did. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there, sitting by the pond.
Thank you. Let's see what her chambermaid can tell us then.
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work begins later on tonight.
I'm told you share a bedchamber with Tatienne. Did she say anything to you before?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She did mention a name, but I know exactly who she meant.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatienne, and picked fights with anyone else who tried to buy her time. Followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her to get scared. She thought about saying something. But the dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
This man from the garrison. Did you ever see him?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Find him, and you'll find her.
A man from the garrison. Seems a trip to the barracks is in order.
I haven't seen you around the Vale of late.
Excuse me, you there? The gentleman.
Did one of them get on this?
It's not been half a moon since Bellingham's.
Heard the bones fell favourably. To the Vale, then, is it? What do you think?
I'm looking for a man with a scar over his eye.
Looking for a man? Does this look like a brothel branded? Fuck off!
Hold your tongue. He wears the dame's brooch. One word from him and the Vale's doors will be barred to us for good.
There's only one man in the garrison with a dodgy eye. His name's Yannick. I haven't seen him around lately, though.
On account of him being in war. Yeah, Yannick left a few days back. Said he had dealings with a merchant there.
The dame thanks you. Moor is the last village on the road to Oriflamme. I should let Isabel know where I'm headed.
Clive, tell me you bear good tidings.
That remains to be seen.
Alright, the Vale. Northreach's premier house of companionship. While it is frequented mainly by Sambrique's nobility and military, Lady Isabel welcomes all with the desire and the coin. Partake of the pleasures her skilled courtesans courtiers offer. Few establishments in the empire are as well loved or as oft visited.
Oh, Tatienne, you could have told me.
This Yannick. The soldiers I spoke to believe he's in the village of Moor. According to them, he claimed to have some business with a merchant there. Though that wouldn't explain his continued absence.
And you plan on traveling to Moor to ascertain the truth?
Isn't that what you want?
Oh, it is, but I fear sending you there may cause more harm than good. The people of Moor are rather set in their ways. You'll find they have little love for bearers, and they will not hesitate to report one such as you to the constabulary. There is a man in Moor who owes me a favor. More than one, in fact. His name is Bertrand, and he works at the stables. Tell him I sent you.
I shall return as soon as I find something.
Alright. It's where we need to go.
Oriflamme, how many bearers suffer to keep your granaries full?
That's enough for today, Branded.
Go on.
That's enough carrying.
Up, the lot of you. There's still work to be done.
Right, the stables is right here.
If the people of Moor are as intolerant as Isabel says, it's no wonder the Empire never sent my unit here. Are you Bertrand? The dame sent me.
Sounds about right. Only time I hear from her is when she wants something. Well, go on then. What is it?
One of her courtesans has gone missing, and I need to find her. A soldier who may have information on her whereabouts is rumored to have come here to meet with a trader.
Many traders stop to peddle their wares on their way to the capital, but only one's been seen quarreling with a soldier.
Is he still here?
The trader? Oh, yeah. Stubborn sod stood his ground till the soldier got tired of shouting, from what I hear. If you seek him out, keep your head down. Fact is, folks round here would sooner hang a Branded than help him. And that's even with the dame's brooch for protection.
Understood.
Weren't expecting any new Branded until the new moon. You don't think he's a deserter, do you?
What's this? A Branded? Where's your master? Must I call for the constable?
I come to you from Northreach, at the behest of the dame. Perhaps you've heard of her.
Why, of course I have. I am the good...
Slave masters. Those who own and manage bearers' slaves. A bearer must always obey the orders of his or her master, and are largely forbidden from acting independently, even from speaking without express permission. When it is necessary to relinquish supervision of a bearer, such as when dispatching one on an errand one on an errand. Masters will often affix the emblem of their house or business to the slave's clothing, that they are not mistaken for an escapee. And more, a farming village located in the rye fields of the Royal Meadows, not far from the Sambri capital of Oriflamme, where residents harbor a strong hatred for bearers, more even than elsewhere in the Empire, making it a very dangerous place to visit for those who bear the brand.
Lady's servant? What is it that she requires of me?
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with a soldier some few days ago. A soldier with a scar over his eye.
Yes, that's right.
He had a comb which he claimed was an antique. Said he wanted to trade it for a newer one.
But old though it was, an antique it most certainly was not, as I told him. Nevertheless, he insisted that it was of great value, and was quite vehement about my appraisal.
I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster, he still purchased a new comb, albeit an inexpensive one.
And do you know where he went after that?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound, but as it happens, this one did. Yonder ruins, strange as it may sound.
My thanks.
Not at all. I would do anything for the dame. Anything. Be sure and tell her, won't you, that I was helpful. I mean, most helpful.
It smells of death here, Torgal. Wolves. We can't let them get any closer to the village.
Get him, boy! Distance, boy. Sick of Torgal.
The two are dead.
Bodies. A man. Well, the wolves have been busy. But the blood is long dry. So it is you, Tatienne.
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The girl Yannick went off to sea every night. He said her name was Tatienne.
You? Did you follow me?
Now, why would I do that? Unless you think I'd have good reason to. But no. I was sent to find Yannick. By the looks of things, I have.
We both found who we were searching for.
Nah, he was a jealous sod. Couldn't stand the thought of his woman with someone else. Then one day he sees her with a new comb. Thinks she's got herself a new gallant. Tells the garrison he's going to find the man and kill him. We know it's all talk, but then he disappears off to Moor for some dealings and doesn't come back.
If you mean this comb, it was a gift from the dame.
If only Yannick had bothered to ask, eh? He might not be rotting on a hill.
I think he meant to ask her something else. He stole the old comb and bought her a new one in the hope they'd wed.
Wed? Where would they have gone? Certainly not back to Northreach with a dame waiting. And we all know what happens to deserters. Tell the dame I'm sorry for her loss. When the lads come to collect Yannick's body, I'll see that Tatienne is delivered to the Vale.
Is that wise?
Oh, there won't be any covering up this mess. The most we can hope for is that the dame doesn't hold it against us. Speaking of which, I saw her in Moor just now. Could you tell her what happened? Might sound better coming from you.
I need to tell Isabel. Perhaps the comb will give her something to remember Tatienne by.
We can only hope.
Weren't expecting any new branding.
If it was a...
You are still in one piece, I see. You will be pleased to hear that your companions have arrived. They said they would meet you at a little chapel to the east of here.
Thank you, but you needn't have come all this way just to tell me. I was on my way to see you.
You found her then? I see. My dear Tatienne. It is by no means uncommon for a client to fall for a courtesan. Especially a client who's young and far from home. But rarely do such tales have happy endings.
I found this with Tatienne. I believe it was yours.
Thank you for returning it. I shall see that it has a place on her pyre.
Level 22. Awesome.
I should go.
Before you do, I have one last gift. A token of my thanks. The Vale counts among its patrons several high-ranking officers of the Imperial Army. According to one of the looser-tongued gentlemen, it would appear that the legions are planning to march south.
Or to mention the same thing.
But did he mention that it was all of the legions? This is no mere skirmish. Were I to guess, I'd say the Emperor planned to abandon the capital. But that couldn't possibly be true now, could it? Take care, Clive.
I will. And thank you again.
Let's give Torgal some pets.
That'll feel good, boy.
Let's get ourselves up here. Meet up with Jill and Sid. There they are.
Any trouble on the way?
None worth mentioning.
As I was telling Jill, it's worse than I thought. The capital's crawling with soldiers.
And here I am, the deserter come home.
Which is why we'll be taking the back door.
Drake's Head. A mother crystal situated at the on the Sea of Grace. In northern Sandbrick. Drake's Head towers over the holy capital of Oriflamme. Its mighty form a testament to the power and permanence of the Empire. However, mysterious aether floods and of the ever-encroaching blight have led some in power to call that permanence into question.
Cheer up, you two. Can't think of a safer place in the Empire than a...
Okay.
brothel.
Really? Doesn't seem very private.
So then, how do we proceed?
We'll be using the glass gate. Tonight, just after sunset.
Glassgate?
Where the shards are loaded for transport. That is one of the most heavily guarded points in all of Sambrek.
But not the most, which is a start. Besides, I know a shortcut straight to the heart.
A shortcut? And how exactly did you come to know about this fatal chink in the Empire's armor?
Let's just say I may have attempted something similar before. And may have ended up running for dear life after being discovered by Bahamut, but that's not important.
Damn!
Sid, if the Mother Crystals truly are the cause of the blight...
If? You wound me, Jill.
What I'm trying to say is, if the powers that be know all of this, why do they sit idle and allow it to continue?
In case you haven't noticed, the God-fearing people of this realm and their pious leaders care for but one thing, themselves. And they'll do whatever it takes to hold on to power. The rest of us are just a means to an end. The moment you raise your voice against them, you're decried as an outlaw, clapped in irons and slung in a cell to rot.
An outlaw.
Whoever controls the crystals controls the realm. But our kind can wield magic without them. To our rulers, we must seem the most convenient of tools. And the most dangerous.
But what makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
Does a nobleman weep for a broken mug? A torn tunic? Our fate means nothing to them. No, this isn't a battle you can win with words. Believe me, I've tried, but nothing ever gets through. The world is simply not ready to listen. So to hell with talking. If they won't give us a say, we'll decide our fates another way. You can't blame a man for wanting to bring an end to all this, can you?
I can't. But what of all the people you mean to rob of their comforts? Are you happy for them to call you outlaw?
Sid the Outlaw. Ah, that'll do me.
We might at least pretend to take this seriously.
Have a little faith, Jill. Even if you don't think much of my choice of digs. If it means my deeds will be remembered, I'll gladly play the role of villain. But first, we have a gate to crash. And once we're in, there'll be no turning back. So you best make ready. The world won't save itself.
Drake's Head. A majestic silence. Has Drake's Head ever stood vigil over the Empire Sandbrick in its bejeweled capital?
There are not nearly enough men here.
Then it's fortunate the city guard doesn't take sentry assignment as seriously as you do. This bodes well.
Won't be a first. This may not be such a terrible plan after all.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
Only that your last secret shortcut was nowhere near as secret as you claimed.
That's half the fun of it. Life's too short for perfect plans. You want a plan that'll keep you on your toes, stop you growing old and complacent.
Worked for you, has it?
Clive, my boy, even life's smallest challenges offer the opportunity to grow and to change. You must embrace these moments. Allow them to suffuse your heart with a deep sense of fulfillment.
Narrowly escaping death at the hands of an enemy is not my idea of fulfillment.
Something wrong?
Not at all. Just wondering if the two of you had finished.
Right. We make for the Mother Crystal's heart as planned. Destroy it and the whole thing should come tumbling down.
And if the passage to the inner sanctum is guarded?
Then we embrace the moment and use it to grow and change.
The crystal's curse.
Come on, this way. Trying to stay out of sight.
Obviously.
Don't worry, the passage is empty.
Yeah, except for rats.
All right, not quite empty. Let's get this over with.
One single man for reaching the sanctum, so shut your gob and keep your eyes open.
They're not from the garrison.
I swear this passage used to be...
Enemies upon us!
Of course it did.
Perfect plans, Clyde. Perfect plans.
You know what to do.
He never stood a chance.
You're welcome.
The main tunnel.
That would be my guess. There are sentries everywhere.
And all good things must come to an end. We might have a bit more company from now on.
Captain, to arms, men! Summon the cannoneer! At once!
Don't let them get away.
Sick of trouble! There, boy!
Oh, fuck.
I think this may be the moment I was talking about earlier.
What have we here? More insects come to be squashed? You will find my mortar and I only too happy to oblige.
You're a talker.
Then let's shut him up.
return, there's nothing left of him but hatred and rage.
Let's end his torment. You know what to do. Too slow. There, boy. Get him. Sit him, Toggle. You know what to do, boy. Get him. You know what to do, boy. Get him. Get him, boy. Get him.
Damn.
Too slow. Come on. Not this time. Garuda, lend me your strength. You know what to do, boy. Get him. Get him, boy. Sick of you.
Alright, come on.
Get him. Get him, boy. Get him.
You gotta move.
You know what to do, boy. Over there. Get him, boy. Sick of Toggle.
Damn. Okay. Let's restart that.
Poor wretch.
Save you pity. You'll get none in return. There's nothing left of him but hatred and rage.
Let's end his torment.
There, boy! Sick of Torgal! Sick of Torgal! Sick of Torgal! Get him, boy! Not this time. Get him! Sick of Torgal! Too slow. You know what to do, boy. Get up. Get up. Too much more of it.
We need room this time.
Get him, boy! Over here. Sick him, Torgal! Get him, boy! Sick him, Torgal! Too slow. Not this time. Over here. You know what to do, boy. Too slow. Sick him, Torgal! You know what to do, boy. Get him, boy! Sick him, Torgal! Get him! Sick him, Torgal! Get him, boy! Get him! Sick him, Torgal! There, boy! Sick him, Torgal! Sick him, There, boy! Not this time. Sick him, Torgal! Too slow. Get him! Sick him, Torgal! Get him! Sick him, Torgal!
Oh boy.
I'll never get used to that. Akashic or no, he was still a man. A man who drowned in ether.
It's no way for anyone to go.
Come on.
Our duty's a death sentence in this place. Not that Sylvester cares.
Is there anything in here? Use?
Deep of the blessing, my friends. Who said being a dominant doesn't have its benefits?
Sid, this is an ether flood.
There shouldn't be one here, should there? The workers couldn't survive this.
Well, it wasn't here last time, I can tell you that. Which means we need to be quick. The ether won't hurt odds, but I'd rather not find out what it's done to everyone else.
The miners. The cars.
Too far gone. The ether's made monsters of them. What we can do now is put them out of their misery.
Isabel said she thought the Empire might be planning to abandon the capital. Could this be why?
She's such a good caller, isn't it? Never mind. If only there was a reason to up sticks and ether floating here. Those guards at the gate. They weren't there to keep people out.
They were there to keep the Akashic in.
Give them all you've got, boy.
Doesn't look that far. Right. Right, yo. Whoa. Some help.
Hold on.
Okay. So, some information. Aether floods. Pools of concentrated aether that form on the land's surface, thought to be caused by an imbalance in its diffusion beneath. Though aether is usually invisible, at flood level concentrations, it takes on a blue glow. Those with a natural ethereal tolerance can survive the exposure to a flood, at least for a short time, but most living things will eventually succumb to its effects, losing their minds and turning into a Akashic. An Akashic, the irreversible change brought about by a living being's overexposure to aether. Creatures are stripped of any intelligence or sense of self they may have once have had and become suffused with life force, usually manifesting as extra strength and aggression. Flora can also be turned, resulting in their twisted overgrowth. Those with ethereal tolerance, however, such as dominance and bearers, are less likely to turn into Akashic.
Not quite as spry as I used to be.
I'll take that as a thank you.
Look on the bright side, eh? At least you won't get lost.
All I can think about is... Hold on. And I'll finish that thought. Sorry about that. So, now that we know about aether floods being able to affect living creatures, what's it gonna do for little Torgal? Warcry. Some opponents will use the ability Warcry to invigorate themselves, enhancing their performance in battle. Look for the sword up icon and trying to defeat them before they can deal too much damage.
They'll fall like all the rest.
We'll go that way in a second. That's one of the rooms we were just in. Oh, we can't pet him right now? That sucks.
Keep your distance, boy. Stay down. Sick of Toggle.
To Gil.
Give them all you've got, boy. You know what to do.
Hey, come on. Oh. Alright, where do we need to go? Alright. I'm being told by Little Wolf Pup that I need to stop for the day. Thank y'all so much for watching. And I will see y'all tomorrow with some more of this. Bye, y'all.